I trust thy time at Mariel Argonomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts too were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them, and us, for a fortnight. Thus time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlet and Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every loperate there, should further questions within my power to answer them arise. Aw. What did they need me to do now? Go over here now. That was ever so delightful, and with this much information, I can fine-tune the moon's environs for your people's comfort. It's surprisingly tricky to estimate the appropriate temperature settings for being so lacking in fur. Why did I not ask Jebke how to make carrot muffins? He could have had baked goods bursting with happiness. Oh no, there was nowhere in particular I was hoping to go. I simply wish to see, hear, feel, and think as much as I possibly can while we're here. What does that look for? What did I say? You see, would that more people would feel like that they want to learn, that they want to open their minds and their understanding of things. The Loperids want for activities and stimulation, but I struggle to conceive of how to busy them whilst we wait. Sigh. I like how it's raining in this environmental dome. Yes, second half, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Etheris at Logisticon Alpha. That's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? The Black Shroud is quite leafy indeed in a place of utmost tranquility. They are verdant at least. The trees of Dravania stand particularly proud. You should see the forest of the first. One was purple. Gasp, I say. With the star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard yet achieving so little. Now, that's not true. You made the hollow moon habitable. That's impressive. Not at all. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Thancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death. And we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure that I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the western plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him. 'Tis as good a place as any. Come. Alright, thank you. You'd best go with them. I don't think Ariandra misguided him, but Growingway does look like he could use some emotional support. I still have work to complete elsewhere. I trust that I won't return to find any Loperits in tears. They're so emotional, little rabbits. Can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of your troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charleyan ingenuity, that it's built with peerless, elegant technology is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it into the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us then, what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the Aetherburner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Ah, gravitation. Maybe I can help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places... Science. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet, if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loperits to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Atheris, and learn more about them while we're at it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Signop, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Loperit. Oh, I do so look forward to that. A place for every Loperit and every Loperit in their place. Alright, are there any obvious ones? Unconcerned Gleaner. What to talk about? Apologies, but I am waiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. Oh. Was not expecting that. Despondent engineer. Just leave me to my misery. The form can appoint someone else. I apologize. I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know a starship pilot that I might speak with, truly? Well, then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. 1 down. 8! Okay. Is it... you know what? We're gonna skip through this. A little bit. There's 8 of them. We got enough depression to deal with. There's 2. Ponderous mathematician. Serenade. Oh, come on. An administrator. This is a pretty wide circle. I wonder if we're gonna find anybody in there. Oh, there is no way to get in there. Okay. I thought we came in from there. I must have been mistaken. Capricious researcher. Wow, we're still at 3? Distracted researcher. Someone to help count. I mean, there are actual quest givers, but I imagine it's got to be something else. Man. I mean, isn't this a full circuit? Didn't we just now cover everything? Are we supposed to be going into buildings? Alright, anxiety. That's typically a good sign of needing help. Irascible administrator. I am so confused right now. I mean, that's a distressed chef. Okay. So we can't go into any buildings. I'm pretty certain that we've done the full circuit. That's not good at all. I still need to find 3 more. And we're given this entire circle and there aren't people here. How is that helpful? Okay, well. I mean, we definitely spoke with more than 8 people, though. That is for certain. Okay, we're gonna find 2 more people that need help. I mean, I genuinely... Okay, here we go, here we go. There we go. Hyperventilate. Yep, that's somebody who needs help. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're good, buddy. You got this. We're gonna send help to you. Man, I'm kind of glad I haven't been trying to read all these because, quite frankly, we'd be even further behind right now. I mean, I don't mind RP, but, like, there's RP and then there's falling behind. And there is literally nobody at these outskirt areas. So where is the 8th? Does anybody know? That would be very nice. All the help I could get. I mean, there isn't anybody on the outskirts, right? That looks like a critter. Then, of course, that would be death to jump down there. Got the chocobo key. Alright, skeptical researcher. This must be the last one. That was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. But oh well. On to the next. Behold, Saganhaft, through thine efforts what hath spread throughout Labyrinthos, verily to a far greater number than we anticipated. Living Way doth gather more Loperits as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attentions, watch over them, I prithee.
So much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends from the moon.
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
That's reassuring.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
Well, you can tell.
No taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial.
It's because he's a good boy.
Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
Facts.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt.
What, that Urianger's the
Master
dad?
Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Wrong.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayan's foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
Oh.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
Alfei, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where.
Oh, snap.
Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
Damn.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
This voice actress deserves a raise.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say, knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping, no matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, Why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy our daughter trusted and believed in more than anyone grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
Man, that has to be intense. Being surrounded by people like that.
I think I can feel her too.
Oof. If you're joining me right now, get a tissue ready.
The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
This moon breeder. She was important to him, wasn't she?
Yeah, that must have been way before Shadowbringers.
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing.
Aren't they immortal?
And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
Embarrassing proud parent moment notwithstanding. Damn. That was a little tear-inducing. Remind me to invite Urianger for a drink when we have a moment to breathe. We're long overdue for one. We can raise a glass to Moan Breda. I was so busy asking questions about Aetherius that I never thought to ask more about Urianger. I'd like to, but where would I begin? Goodness me, I've never felt like there was too little time before. There are so many people to talk to, so many things to learn. I assure you that my fellow Loperids are equally excited to have this opportunity. They were humming the whole way here. We spent so long gazing at this star, wondering and hoping. But to be here now and to walk among the people, to be a part of their lives, and know that we've made a difference, it's so much more than I ever dreamed. Oh, you must be one of the Scions, correct? Thank you for caring for my daughter. The time she spent with you was all too short, but I know she was proud to have you as comrades. Urianger is too, I'm sure, and I certainly feel better for knowing he was good friends to look after her. See that he comes home from time to time, will you? The classical Rogadin language isn't so different from Eorzean. Did you ever wonder why we named our daughter Moon's Bride? When I first held her, the moon was shining silver and full. The whole world seemed to glow. I knew it had chosen her, that she would be a beacon of that selfsame light. Of course, we'd later hear our fair share of jokes about how we ought to have gone for sun instead, with how bright and stubborn she was. But fiery as my Moan Breda was, she was always kind and gentle. Oh, Saganhoff, be assured that I am fine, I am. full glad to see them too after so very long. Gladder still that it was in your company. As difficult as it was to accept their kindness, it would have been far harder had I faced them alone. Yeah, I can see that.